virus made its appearance in Wuhan. People were dropping like flies left and right in the streets of Wuhan. Horrific scenes of dead people, blood dripping from their ears and nose. I remember seeing that on the ground. Do you guys remember seeing that at all? Just lying flat. Yeah, exactly. Have we seen this happen anywhere else in the world? I have not seen this anywhere else in the world. Have you? No. Not even close. So answer me this. Why is the COVID pandemic no longer in Wuhan? Is it because they have already accomplished their goal? And they are already living under a communist regime? Their mission is already accomplished, perhaps? COVID seems to be a tool, a step in the ladder to achieve this new normal, a new way of life. What is the end goal? Sorry, my gum's getting in the way. Perhaps this is why there is a deliberate mixing of the world play. We should stop calling it quarantine. That's a term designated for verified sick people. This is a house arrest mandated by our government. You should stop calling it social distance. There is nothing social about forced isolation. Stop saying safer at home when millions of Canadians and people across the world don't have the basic necessities adequate to fit their needs. It assumes that everybody's home is equally as safe as the people that are making the statements. We should stop saying this is for the greater good. When you close the economy, killing millions of businesses that families have worked generations to establish, that's anything but good. We should stop saying this new normal. That's just blank mind control drive. There is nothing about forced isolation, treating your neighbor like they have the plague, breathing your own bodily waste, wearing a mask, living in constant fear of contamination. Does this sound normal to you?
No.
No. Louder.
No.
I mean, after all, the virus is so deadly. Why hasn't it wiped out the homeless? Who don't social distance, wash themselves regularly, or have access to a sterile environment. Last year, 1.5 million people died of tuberculosis. Did you guys know that? Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, we do that.
Why were you not wearing a mask during the tuberculosis pandemic? Were you not endangering the public health, safety, along with billions of other people around the globe?
Good point.
So why did you not wear a mask? Does anybody know why?
Because no one told us to. No agenda.
I will tell you why. Because the mainstream media didn't tell you to wear a mask. And so, because the 1.5 million people that died from tuberculosis, there was no more of a tuberculosis pandemic any more than there's a coronavirus pandemic. Now get this. There are some ironies behind that are here. So a society that kills millions of babies a year for convenience has shut itself down to prevent adults from dying. Does this make sense to you?
No.
No. People that on the one hand slaughters babies in the womb by the millions are now preaching to the masses about the sanctity of human life. Boo! You guys should be upset about this. It's double talk. It's like saying, if I violate the stay-at-home order, I can be arrested. Yet, they were letting convicted criminals out of prison so they don't get the coronavirus. If there's a real pandemic, Does it require a faulty virus modeling rate test results, 82% false positives, inaccurate news reporting, hospital overruns, manipulated with death certificates? No. You know, when the government shuts down millions of small businesses, but they don't lay off any of the government employees, it's not about your health. When strip clubs and liquor stores stay open, but small businesses are non-essential and need to close, it's not about your health. I could go on and on about all the ridiculous rules that they have with the coronavirus, making us fools, standing on an arrow, standing on a circle, put our mask on, walk over to our table, take our mask off. Ridiculous. So I won't go on, but if you want to know who's in charge, just think about who you can and cannot talk about. Thank you.